He is
Yeah,
like
he's
in a
pretty
perma
ripped.
squat though. To be fair, his per.
He is. He is. Yeah. I'd probably look that nice legs if I'd been squatting my whole life, to be honest. But then also terrible posture as well, so, you know, balancing all things, as it were. Let's get into game number 1 in this best of 3 series. It is Tempo versus Hell Raisers. The Raisers of Hell. Why you would want to raise Hell, I don't know. It's down below us for a reason, because naughty people go there, so please do not bring it up any further. That would not be good for anybody involved. Except the people in Hell, who'd probably be pretty pleased to get out. So there we go. Let's get into this one. We've got a PA versus a Spectre. That's pretty much all you need to know about this game. PA's going to be trying to get farm. Spectre trying to get farm. Who's going to succeed? Well, we don't know yet. That's why we're watching the game. Lil's going to get a dagger thrown at his face at least, but he's pretty good. He's a clockwork with boots. They can't catch him.
Okay, so Nomad, quick fun fact. This series with Noob playing, if he wins and continues into the qualifier and actually qualifies top 2, he won't be able to play in the ESL UK Premiership Grand Finals on Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
So I kind of want Tempo to lose so that I can play with Noob on Sunday.
Well, I kind of want them to win then. I don't want to see Noob playing on Sunday. I want the other guys to have a chance.
And the other thing as well is this group stage is Khan and Tempo. So my position 4 players are Gilga or Noob, right? So I need Khan or Tempo to lose. So
The return of Mist. Let's go.
Alright, that's the joke for 3 people who understand. Shout out to Mo Farah. I see you, I hear you. Alright, anyway, runes are spawning.
Hey, someone in chat just laugh at my hair. That's very mean. Maybe it's laughing at yours. Who knows? Who knows? I think we both got quite laughable
that
hair
hair
in many
from the
ways.
left guy, it's about me.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. It's because you put me on the left, it's my worst side.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll flip you around.
Did you flip me the other... No, it's fine, it's fine.
I'll flip your webcam for you. Get your best side in. Wait, no, that'll just be your worst side mirrored. Could be even worse. Oh no.
I'm just gonna... I'll flame myself, don't worry. Lamau balding.
Are you balding? Is that a problem you're having?
It's a receding hairline type situation where, like, it just dips in. And I don't have the thickest of hair, so overall it's just a bit underwhelming. I don't really like my hair, but oh well.
Oh. What happens if you grow it longer? Or is that just not something you're willing to experiment with?
I did when I was younger, back in like year 8
Your
or 9
rebellious
if you're English,
youth.
you'll understand. Yeah, but it only went down to like ear length, you know, like lower than, like not even shoulder length type of thing. It was very, very short long, so. Like, kind of like Justin Bieber, but not Bieber, if you get me, kind of that vibe.
Okay, okay.
I didn't want to drop the Biebs in it, because then it kind of turns it kind of weird, but...
Yeah, I mean, we're all now picturing you with Bieber hair, and...
No, exactly, but it kind of was. And also, I was, like, double the size in weight,
hot.
so I was a real... real Oompa Loompa.
Oh, T. Well, one day you'll grow some body self-confidence, but, you know, actually, I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure you ever will. You're one of the meanest person about your own physical appearance, and I don't think you need to be. You know, there's just people like Carl running around with oodles of confidence, so you're fine, mate.
That is true. All right, that's good to know. Thank you for that vote of confidence. Noob just decided to plow his face into mid lane, by the way.
Well, I mean, do you mean that? Are you surprised to see Noob at mid lane? What are you getting?
No,
at
I
here,
mean
boy?
like he ran into the creep wave and tanked 3 creeps and an Astra and a.
And now he's dead.
Died.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Goodness
Yeah, he got worked.
The circle of
Lina's
life,
actually meant to
tis
be
a vicious
good.
one indeed.
But Lina's meant to be pretty good against Void Spirit. You have the range and the spell nuke, so yeah.
Not if you run at
A
him.
bit unfortunate from Noob. Yeah, not if you just die.
Just face
Oh, but
plant
Lil in the
the
bot
guy.
lane.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble, am I right, guys? Haha! LeBron
You're
trying to
right.
chase him down. He's got another fire spirit, needs to land it, and will do. And now Lil can but burn to death. Sad.
LeBron left the Lakers for this. What? Just trying to double up your terrible jokes. All right, now we got them out of our system.
Oh, I do not have those out of my system. This is going to be a staple. You know, you asked me to cast last minute, then this is all I got to go on. I got 0 prep. It's just going to get reverted to puns. Talking about
Kidding.
puns, King R has been demoted to Peasant R up in the top lane as he gets killed off by DNZ. Yeah, that one.
I feel like that's not how demotions work, by the way. That's a very quick, you know, fall from grace. If you
True,
go from
true,
the king to
To
the
a
peasant.
peasant.
I feel like the
Yeah,
pyramid
I reckon
schemes-
more kings have probably been executed than turned to peasants in history.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
I know someone got, like, didn't Napoleon get exiled? But he wasn't a king, so that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Was he a king? No, he wasn't really a king, right? He was just a commander. An admiral. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty neat. You know, imagine you get your whole life working in like the army and living with like dysentery and gout and all that nasty stuff, and then someone's like, "All right, you've been very naughty. We're gonna exile you on this island." And you're just like, "Oh, so I get like my little." Yeah,
people pay millions for that nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Oh, it'd be the dream.
What an upgrade.
Exactly. I reckon there's people like who tried to get exiled, like I've been very naughty, did a lot of treason me.
Give me my island.
God forbid you put me on an island in the tropics. Oh no.
You turn out that you like just put in like a hostel in Slough or something.
Yeah, not the same it used to be. Being exiled to Slough. Jesus. Two non-British in the chat, guys. Slough, that's not a nice place. It's kind of like.
But if you're still listening, peace out, brother.
Yeah. Mo's having a great cast. Everyone else is just like, what is going on?
He's vibing. Okay, we need to drop Greg's. Oh wait, no man. All right.
Yeah.
This game's slow to start with. I ordered some PG tips, mate, to Ukraine. It's gonna be here in like a week or two. Very excited.
Nice.
It was cheaper than Yorkshire, that's why I went for it. But
is it being
cost me like
delivered
20
directly
quid.
From the PG Tips guys, or is it like some third party?
Nah, unfortunately not. I had to go to some third party. It cost me £15 delivery and then £4.50 for 240 tea bags. So like, I have been absolutely shafted getting these tea bags delivered.
Some very expensive tea, but you know, you got to be true to your brand. So I can respect that. You know me.
Oh, and I bought some mint sauce as well.
Some mint sauce.
Because why not? Yeah, why not?
That's not a typical thing which people that move away from Britain are like, God, I really miss my mint sauce.
No, it was Hannah. She was like, I really want to try mint sauce. I was like, alright, let's slap it in the basket, off we go.
Classic way to woo the lady. Would you like to come back to my place? Taste some of my mint sauce. Oh my god. Anyway, up in the top lane, Mitch is having he's actually having an okay time. There's not even anything to talk about this game. Everyone's just doing okay. I guess Spectre's not doing great compared to the PA, but Ruvik's in a bit of trouble. King R being chased down. Can they finish the job? They can't. And they actually might get the turnaround kill onto Mitch. Or will they? No, because nothing is apparently allowed to happen in this laning phase.
It is very underwhelming, and I'm so happy for that because we had our light conversation to ease into a cast together.
Yes, yeah, really breaking the ice. That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm really awkward around you, because you are, such a big shot, big time rap god. So
that's me. Not like we've just almost worked exactly the same events the past few months.
I don't know what you're on about. But look at the CS though, Nomad. Let's actually look at the disparity between the PA and the Spectre. Of course, when you're off laner as the Bloodseeker, a lot more pressure on that lane compared to the Underlord, who he kind of just exists. It's like a farm trader. So Thug is kind of thriving right now, early on.
Yeah, he's a very successful Thug, having a good time in this bottom lane, and he's just saving up that gold as well. He's going to make some investments and some stock bonds and some ISAs, really set himself up for the future, give himself a retirement fund, 401k. I don't know what any of those things I just said mean, by the way.
Yeah, you just had a lot of numbers and letters and things.
Those are what people tell me to do, and I ignore them.
Yeah, I do need some
RGB
financial
RAM.
help, I think.
Wait, is there a sponsor I can plug here? I feel like it's a good time to plug a sponsor. Don't invest in a 401k, invest in EGB. What's that? Oh, that's betting.
That's betting, yeah.
Well, you can do.
If you're responsible and have the funds.
Yes, thank you, T. Meanwhile, Thug, he's had his investment cut in half. He did buy some power treads, and now he's been murdered. So, there you go. Make of that what you will, folks.
Make of that what you will. The intriguing part for me will be what the PA decides to go for, because in this game I feel like Tempo are on this timer, and if you go for the Battle Fury then you might be kind of delaying that a little bit, so he might opt to go for a much more aggressive build.
Yeah, Nixon's in trouble up in the top lane. The PA's actually coming in to make the rotation onto the Spectre here, but they are bringing heroes on the side of Hellraisers. They're going to drop DNC. Nyx is absolutely fine, and will Spectre herself out of this one. And Nyx and the Thug could be in some trouble. Noob coming in, though. They're bringing in the manpower. Laguna Blade comes down, and that's going to take care of Kasani easily. And now they look across to Lil as well. The clockwork. This should be the +1 as Noob and Mitch get those right clicks coming on through and find themselves yet another target with the LSA to finish the job. So 2 clean kills up in this top lane. Tempo, they strike back a little bit here.
They did, and I think the saving grace was the fact that Noob came as well, because I feel if it was only Thug rotating in, then it is by far the most underwhelming core rotation at 8 minutes that we've ever seen, as a PA daggers a Spectre and goes, "Good day, sir, for I shall not kill you." But luckily Noob's rotation and kind of saved Thug and his TP to the top lane.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying whether the UK actually has a prize pool, guys. We do have a prize pool. It's like £10,000. Unfortunately, due to Brexit and our economy just completely tanking, that'll probably buy you about a cheeseburger. But, you know, there is a prize pool. There used to be a lot of money.
It's 13.
13?
GBP.
There you go. There you go.
13,000 GBP.
Oh, I love this combo. The toss back with the rupture. That is a tasty little cherry from DNZ and Mitch. Oh, what a nice combo. I'm so not sure he should Blood Rage himself. Oh, I guess if DNZ's not dropping the Avalanche combo, then yeah, Blood Rage yourself. Go for it. Nice. That's a Spectre kill. Yeah, that was easier. They bought 4 heroes top to try and kill Spectre, didn't manage it, and then 2 heroes get it done easier. Interesting.
Oh, nice. We now have the T chat in. Oh, yes, we've got Mint Sauce, Pogs. We then have the Yorkshire TV PG tips, an age-old battle of our great nation. And I will admit, Yorkshire Tea is, a little bit, better than PG tips, I think. It was growing on me, but I was raised. My blood is made from PG tips. My family raised me on it, so it is hard to get out the system. It is like an addiction.
Tea addiction, yeah. Pretty common in these parts.
It is, but yeah, it is pretty much Yorkshire Tea #1 for flavour, but again, like I said, my blood is built on the PG app tips.
Uh-oh, they find the Spectre again. They just absolutely annihilate her. Goodness gracious. Well, they will get the return kill onto the Lina. It looks like Tiny might be in some trouble as well, going for the TP out of there to cancel. They do not. He's going to be able to get away. That was close, though. Those cogs nearly gave him a bit of a bonking.
That was so damn close. But no, I really like the way that Tempo, they identified that the Spectre is, that big win condition for Hellraisers, and they need to just shut him down. They apply pressure top, they instantly invade the jungle bottom, but also look at that lingering ward that they now have. Spectres, with this Blade Mail build, they're able to farm the Ancients pretty early on, because you just pop it, you activate it, and it's just, it's like that pseudo-radiance amount of damage it does. So the fact that they have this ward, they will be able to non-stop invade this area, as Kingard tries to secure it with the double sentry placement. A little bit difficult for him in that bot area. But
yeah.
Tempo are currently vibing top, looking for a big fight with that Phoenix with his egg.
They are indubitably doing exactly that. Unfortunately, Funnick is not really the target they want to bring down. I mean, he's just pretty low value. You see a slug, you're not going to just squish it. You're not, you can't harvest any meat from a slug. Oh, I guess you can, yeah. Is that snails?
Aren't they the
Oh, yeah,
same
I'm talking about
types?
eating them.
Oh, I was talking about... Wait,
killing them.
Why would you ever need to kill a slug, actually?
They eat your tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, I was trying to work out why we used to do that, but we had like a veggie patch. Ah, now it all comes together. Alright.
I understand the very basics of gardening. We learn something new every day.
I just thought my family were like, slug murderers. I don't
see a slug just like,
the slugs.
Look at you,
Get
sitting
the
there, squelching around. You think you're all that? I'm gonna assault you.
Look at me, able to afford this Paxo salt. Die, slug, die!
Look at my culture with access to commodities such as salt, and all you have is nothing.
The ground!
Murdering the slugs out of your own self-satisfaction.
Do you think the slugs are flat earthers?
I think every animal is a flat earther. I don't think any animal has ever been like, guys, this is probably a globe.
I find that funny.
Meanwhile, Noob's getting destroyed in the middle lane. Nice hook shot in from Clockwork along with Kasani and Kingard to bring him down. I'm wondering if they want to turn this into a tier 1 at mid. Doesn't really look like it. They are the team of the Spectre, so they're just kind of... Man, more blade mails. Jesus. There's a lot of blade mails coming out from this team. What's the plan?
It's a good item. Why would they not want to buy the blade mails? Look how much nuke damage they have on Tempo. Imagine if the Bloodseeker puts that blood right down. The Spectre and the Void Spirit just kind of walk into it, slap that double blade mail. That's a lot of damage returned.
What's the Unlord go for it and see if they can just one-shot someone?
I mean, that's a bit all into.
Well,
because you need the grease on the Underlord to heal up the tanked damage, because you tank the damage on purpose, you then have that third guy coming in with the heal.
Yeah, true, true. Make them reflect even more.
Okay, so what is
Often
the
thought
PA
about
going
Blade
for?
Mail as as like a kind of bottom lane, jumping onto D&Z pretty quickly here, even popping the Haunt for this one, but the Tiny is being a little bit more elusive than they planned, but he will most certainly fall. I mean, committing a Haunt to that kill, what do you think? How does that tick on the worthometer?
It's pretty high up on the worthometer, simply
Okay.
because look at now the positioning of Hellraisers. They've built this kind of like aggressive line, and now Spectre gets to farm this entire area behind it. That aggression from Lil and from King R is, again, creating that pocket of space that Spectre needs to use. And also, if you have Haunt up, claim that free kill, build your defensive line, and then just, utilize that farm potential that you have.
Sweet little... Oh, no, misses the LSA, but will not miss Laguna Blade, because you can't, thankfully for him. And that is going to be a dead Rubik for 25 seconds.
Oh god.
You good?
Yeah, no, I was just trying to work out what I said 5 minutes ago.
That's the, that's a challenge of delayed casting.
I think this is the perfect situation. Let's have the chill chit chat cast plus, the Twitch interaction. This is probably the healthiest form of a closed qualifier cast I think we can get.
Yeah, but you guys have to be on it, Twitch chat. You have to guess what we're saying in 4 minutes' time and respond to us now, because we can't respond to what we said 5 minutes ago. So you guys have got to be ahead of time, guess what we're saying, predict us. You've got to be on the same wavelength as us.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna think of a color. Oh wait, it's red. Let's see if anyone types red.
You didn't really explain what you were doing there. You kind of just said red.
No, because like the idea was gonna be they're just gonna instantly go, oh wait, they're gonna put a color in because they're psychic.
Oh, I see. Okay, got you.
Lil just hooked a creep.
Nice. Meanwhile, Laguna Blade comes down onto Lil. Lil's trying to chase down Noob here, but this is a one-man band at this point. He's trying to take down the Supernova all by himself. You gotta respect it, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out for him. Just a lone little clockwork against all odds, fighting into the very sun itself.
And do you have
He
some
reminds me
PowerPoint
of
right now?
Moth. Huh?
Is your game crashing?
No, it is not.
My game's very much frozen right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All good. Nothing's happening anyway.
I got
They're
kicked.
just hanging out.
Okay, I'm reconnected. That's right.
Get back in here, son.
I was about to say, think about that vision that Tempo were able to get whilst killing that Spectre earlier on by the Ancient area. It's the fact that because of Hellraiser's move and that Haunt that we mentioned earlier, it's that aggression that we're seeing that doesn't allow Tempo to play off their aggressive wards that they were able to place in the jungle. So Hellraiser, if you dictate the tempo with a Spectre draft, you can then bridge the gap where Spectre can't really enter these really strong fights. And Tempo, look at their lineup. They want to take these earlier fights, especially, as 4 without that PA. So it's, yeah, Hellraisers are adapting pretty well to the fact that they need a little bit of time for Nyx to come online.
Yeah. See, it's really what you need. It's just to make the more space for the Spectre, help again this Manta style. And I think, I don't know, this PA going for Battlefury, I kind of would have liked her to go for the Deso just to kind of really take the fight to Hellraiser and start pressuring them. Because what do they really do? They just keep on trying to find the Spectre.
I feel like I would have agreed with that if their side lanes were a little bit more active and punishing. The issue here is if you look at the net worth, if PA had gone for Deso, she would have easily stagnated and just been underwhelming in farm as Noob just gets demolished in mid.
Noob gets taken down at mid. Mitch also in a similar bit of a pickle here, but at the same time they don't really have much catches, it turns out, so he's just going to run away. There you go. Legs OP. That's all the squatting paying off for Bloodseeker. There you go.
Man
Callback
does
to earlier
squat.
on. He does.
Thank you. That's really good. That's really good casting there, no man. The issue is though, people don't really listen to the draft or the cast, so.
That's not true. Their side can, even the ones who have it muted, they get an idea of what we're saying.
That's true.
Sure.
They're vibing.
I consider muted listeners my biggest fans. They don't know what I'm saying. They don't know how stupid it is.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, one guy being toxic in Twitch chat is not the same as the other 1195 not being toxic. So you have 1195 fans and 1 hater. That's some good, they're good ratios.
Yeah, it's the life of an optimist, Just if they ain't against me, they're for me.
Yeah.
How's the election going, by the way, Tiga? That's probably not a good because we can spread
Probably
some
not.
information. Any Any swing states confirmed yet out of the 4 still left to go?
Not right now.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
No worries.
yesterday I woke up and I spent like 5 hours watching Hasanabi or whatever his Twitch was, just watching him talk about it. It was really interesting getting to see it from a non-American perspective. Well, I mean, me watching American talk about it, but you get the point. It's always, you know, scary in the big wide world. I'm not really about that. I'm not about that. I'm scared.
I'm very into American politics. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm into both UK and American
for the wrong
politics,
reasons,
so I'm very depressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't dwell on this topic any longer, but Sani should be alright. It's going to get stunned up and actually being pinged pretty aggressively by LeBron, saying, this guy's going to get himself stunned, let's jump him. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. I think Noob got a little bit... He wasn't quite sure who he wanted to jump on that fight, and I'm fairly sure he could have killed off the Void Spirit had he stuck around, dropped the LSA, hence the pings from the Phoenix, but alas, 'twasn't to be, and thus they shall lose their middle tower and gain naught.
But you can see how the game's kind of, it feels like it's moving away from tempo now, because they've lost their ability to go on the aggression, because Spectre's able to enter these fights with the Horn. This double blade mail is mitigating a lot of this early damage from tempo, but also PA, her item timings, because she went for this battle feud, which again you need to go for, she's going to buy BKB, and then after the BKB they're going to have to look for such a big like pick off smoke gank, otherwise this game could be really difficult for them. Like, I'm already somewhat worried for them finding these initiations, because like Hellraisers, they've already got Greaves shortly on the Underlord, Yules after that. The Voice Spirit's going for oh wow, it's going for a Sanjin Kaya. We don't see that often. Ooh.
Sanjin Kaya on Void Spirit.
Yeah.
What a wild time. Yeah.
Yes, it's interesting, because I think they're going for that explosive damage, because they already have enough front lines and like kiters, so normally they go for like Yules and these type of items. So I can see why he's going for more of a damagey item build, but I honestly haven't seen Sanjin Kaya in a long time. But in theory it is good. The status resistance against tempo is very strong, and again the magic damage. I'm kind of a fan.
Yeah, I can see it.
Until 10 minutes time when he feeds, then we can just flame him to bits.
Why do you go for this stupid item? I mean, it always feel like, why not just get Axe, you know? It's like 4k gold for the full Sanjin Kaya. Wouldn't an Axe just, you know, give you a little bit of tankiness and just give you that silence, which just feels so damn good. But, whatever. The build-up's better, I suppose. He wants to be active early on.
I think as well, he's trying to work out if in a fight, because like your rupture target realistically is going to be the Void Spirit, right? So you would argue that yours might be good for Kasani, because he can then, you know, delay by that extra couple seconds. Also the SNY or SNK,
yeah,
he can then, yeah, I've never said that, but the sack,
okay.
Yeah, the sack could be pretty good. Because he just gets to stand that, you know, he's present in the fight and he can kite out in a different form. But yeah, again, tempo, they're the ones that really need to accelerate their farm. They need to get to this BKB timing on PA as quick as possible. Same with Noob on that Nina. Because if they hit a double BKB, they might be able to take a fight. But without these items, it just feels like the Spectre's, you know, getting carried away. He's already got Man to Battle, Blade Mail, sorry, well on the way to the Asgardi.
What do you think would be the worst item to have in real life from Dota? I'm fairly sure Blade Mail scores up there, right? Because the moment you trigger that, you're probably just going to stab yourself and die by accident. Unless you, like, arms out in every direction.
Are the actives of the items, like, usable in real life as well? Or am I literally just getting, like, the aesthetic of the item? So if you give me, like, a Helmet Dominator, I can just, like, slot it on my head? Or can I actually, like... Hamster, you're now mine.
You can do what? Yeah, you can do what you want with it.
Alright, I think Helmet Dominator. Oh, you said the worst.
said the
right?
worst,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
like...
sorry, I was going for the best for a second.
Ooh,
Someone's
Avalanche
dying.
toss on to King R. Yeah, we've already lost Mitch, but they're looking for a bit of revenge here. That's not going to happen though, as DNZ loses life as well. Supernova comes down to keep himself alive. The stun comes down from Noob onto Nyx, trying to stop him from bringing down Supernova. Won't be able to do so. Now the Supernova comes cracking on down, but Nyx, he's so damn tanky. Thug coming in as well, and with the Sun Ray and with the right clicks, they will be able to drop the Spectre, but guess what? She's coming back for round 2, and with the last... Oh, no, my BKB pot from Thug. He breaks out of the route, but Nyx is looking in the trees. He's trying to find LeBron here. LeBron does have a TP. Is he going to get it in time? He is not. Nyx will come in, take him on out, and that is a great Aegis usage from the side of Hellraisers. They got themselves really bit in there on tempo trying to get that Spectre kill. They dropped way too much for it, and now they lose a lot. This game is rapidly getting out of control for them.
Yeah, Tempo are in a very difficult position, but they are TPing back in straight away. Tiny is smoked up. They're trying to look for that post-fight in the hope to punish the overextension from Hellraisers.
Down goes Funnick at the very least. So yeah, they get something. They keep their tier 1 tower as well. Maybe not as bad as we thought, but I still think it's pretty bad.
Okay, quickly answering your previous question, the worst item, I think Orb of Venom. Because like unless I'm like an athlete in a race or something, when do I ever just want to apply like a 15% slow to someone?
Yeah,
you know, like running
true.
through the checkout, I like just like tap the guy on the shoulder. Ha, you're slightly slower now. You know, so
That battery assault coming out onto Noob, not going to happen though. They will get the kill, and now Lil, he is damn tanky, and actually Nyx just going to come and try and take down the Supernova. Will they be successful? Yes, they will, as Funnick jumps in as well, and they get the job done. I think, how did he even pop into that fight? I don't know where he came from. Meanwhile, Lil being chased down by Thug. He's looking for another one, but Thug's actually the one in trouble. He's going to lose his life, and all of a sudden, 4 heroes dead on the side of Tempo. Oh dear, they lost that fight badly.
that was such a long time. Like, just think about that fight where it started because Noob was in the river. He popped his BKB to survive. And then you fast forward, Lil then comes back around, catches Noob again. And then after that, he's in with the 1v1 duel with PA, still has hookshot available. Like, crikey, that is such a long fight. And you got to give it to, I think, Lil just being so obnoxious to both the cores on tempo at the start and end of that fight. And it does, I think you have to give credit for tempo being able to make that fight look as close as it was. But it's still, they're in such a difficult position because look at that PA. She entered the fight, she was able to kill the Rubik, but after that, it was so like underwhelming her damage. She doesn't have that damage item yet. It's now a farming item, a defensive item, and she's still 1500 gold away from doing anything. And in terms of the carry matchup, there is no way she's going to be able to kill the Spectre, like unless her team has like a Solar Crest or another physical damage amp, but they just don't have that in their toolkit. So
which is not happening.
Yeah. It's just a really difficult position for tempo. See ya, Rubik. King R is just being the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mitch is maybe getting killed off for this, perhaps, although they're actually jumping LeBron in the backlines instead, using that horn to get that kill, now jumping across over towards the Mitch as well, and getting that kill onto the Bloodseeker, making it 2 for 1 for the side of tempo, always just finding the better trades for Hellraisers.
And again, don't forget, this is tournament life on the line. You know, this is the first game best of 3. You lose this best of 3, you're out. And with the situation we have right now, obviously still COVID still being about, this is going to be a big online league. So if you're not part of this league, you're going to be relegated to these like smaller online tournaments again, and not like the big kind of top tier tournament that you'd want to be in, the big money, $500,000.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, bottom lane being pressured in now by Hellraisers, but they are pretty far ahead. So going back to the worst items to have in real life.
Yep.
I think you got to think a bit better than that, right? Because you could have Soul Ring, right? You do hella damage to yourself, right? You just have a ring which when you press it, it like stabs you in the stomach or something. What do you get for it? Mana.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a wizard. You don't know how to do any spells. Mana's useless for you.
But the thing is, right? Like, I feel like if you're, putting Dota into real life. 1 second, there is a smoke up. Let's get back to this in a second. The issue is, think about it. Is mana truly mana, or is it like charisma?
Okay, well, we see the Underlord being jumped there in the middle lane. The toss back onto him. Really throwing all they've got onto him. They'll bring him down now. Supernova coming down as well. But Noob's actually going to get taken down by the stolen Laguna Blade. But the Rubik actually dies in the same breath. Because he gets jumped upon by the PA. And now, out of dodge. Nyx, get away, my friend. I mean, he got that Blade Mail, so reflecting a decent amount of damage. Kasani jumping in as well. Thug will be able to finish the job, though. A big misplay from Hellraisers. They try to make something out of this lost fight and just keep on adding flames to the fire. And now a toss-up onto Kasani. He's slightly out of the bring down there. I mean, there's that SNK going to work. Thug throwing in the dagger, but yeah, he's good. He's out of there. Still though, pretty wild from Hellraisers to actually commit to that one.
I think just the fact that Tempo, they identified this kind of weakness in Hellraisers, and the key thing here is that big tanky frontline, that is Underlord. He instantly was disconnected from his team due to that toss, blown up, and then Hellraisers still tried to take the fight. The reason why these fights go so well for Hellraisers is because Underlord's able to be present in all of them, reducing that damage, and PA just hit her Deso timing. So the Deso, that big damage amp, removed the aura from Underlord because you know what, he's dead, kaput, adios, see ya. It's suddenly now a really advantageous fight for Tempo.
Anyway, back to the previous topic, mana, what would it be in real life? I mean,
yeah,
I would still say it would be the ability to, like, cast spells, we just don't know any. That's what I would say. So I'd say mana's completely used in real life. Health would respond to, like, you know, your well-being. So yeah, if you're on half health, then you're, like, kind of been hit by a truck.
It's such a hard question, though, then. Because if you're saying that mana is mana, then sure, any item that gives you mana is then redundant.
Yes,
but
and soaring is the worst because it damages you in the same time.
That was my argument. Course, but I feel like if we were able to find that kind of compatibility of Dota to real life, then these items do have, you know, something. But I guess you are very true. Mana is useless as we do not know magic. Oh, imagine Ghost Scepter if you're a boxer. Just kind of like, and then you do a little break, you know, Ghost Scepter, and you're like, hey, what up, lads? How we doing? But no one can hit each other.
Can't punch it back. We're just having a quick break. All good, all good.
Just a little timeout.
My little timeout. Nice.
Any of the invisibility should just be banned because it's just kind of creepy and weird.
Yeah, and, always going to be strong as well, for sure.
Too imber.
What would you use invisibility for in real life? Because a lot of people say stuff like, "Oh, don't rob a bank." Like, yes, Radiance would, because I mean, the way I consider neutrals would probably be people you don't consider your friends but don't consider your enemies. So most people would be neutral. So you walk down the street and everyone's just like, "Oh God, my skin! Jesus Christ, what's happening to me?" They have no idea what's going on, and you're just like, "Yeah."
Shot from Lil though.
Sorry.
That's what we know what's happening right now.
Oh dang! But they turn around with the Laguna Blade. No one's coming to help Lil because they got the Supernova from it. Supernova hookshot seems good to me, but they're trying to make a bit more happen here as Thug and DNZ jump the backlines and find another kill. And now jumping across some more. Funnick's gonna lose his life as well. They're gonna run themselves away on Nyx and Kasani, and they will do exactly that. 3 heroes still alive on the side of Hellraisers. But no, never mind. The Rubik dieback immediately picked off again by DNZ and Noob. These little... I mean, they're not taking the full 5-on-5 fights here on Tempo. They're just jumping around all over the place, finding little skirmishes and using this burst potential. But now they jump in. They're trying to make something happen just with 2 heroes. Can this really pay off? Let's find out. Next, jumping onto the front lines. Thug has been a little bit, well, held off here. But he's just going to jump onto Kasani. And the crits himself doesn't really care. And now they can jump across to Nyx. A crazy play. Didn't work out. Surprise, surprise. Hellraisers lose more. 6 heroes they've lost so far. And he buys back. They don't want to give up this Roche.
He's trying to contest Roshan. Like... I just don't get this from Hellraisers. They've just spent the last, like, 3 minutes of this game. Wait, hold on. Moment of silence for the still. No,
it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, Kasani!
Oh. He did the feat. Oh no, guys, stop! No. Stop! It's over! It's over! Just let it go! Come on,
what
guys.
So, okay, realistically, okay, let's put a pause to this. The fact is, Hellraisers, they're in a driving position. The reason why the game was going well for them was because they were starting the fights. They were doing the initiations. And then suddenly, Tempo, they just kind of found this new lease of life in them. the fact that they had this damage item on PA, she was able to enter the fight. And the key thing is, Tempo were just non-stop running at Hellraisers, and they were never able to form that defensive line. This Underlord, who we thought was pretty tanky, he's so far away from the fight. There's such a disconnect. And I gotta say, Lil, in this previous engagement, the reason why Roshan fell is because he hookshotted all the way into the fight, and it left such a big divide. PA Tiny were able to jump the backline support straight away, and Tempo had numbers advantage. And that's why Hellraisers are losing right now, is because their fight construct, their ability to keep their supports alive and play as together, it isn't good. We're seeing Spectre and Void Spirit time and time again try and make these 2v5 plays, enter the fight at the very end, and it's just not working out. I honestly have no idea what happened to Hellraisers, but they seem to have fully stopped working and functioning as a team in this last 5 to 10 minute window.
Yeah, they've broken down. I mean, these guys were ahead. These guys were doing it, and now they are doing bad.
Oh, Nyx, not again.
Yeah, this isn't where you should be, my friend. But the team is coming in to try and help out. Let's see what they can do. BKB pop from the Noob, though, as he drops the LSA and now drops a Laguna as well. Supernova in being thrown under the Spectre. There's nothing to help her out. She is gone. Out of here. 80 seconds, no Spectre. The high ground is a real possibility now for the side of Team Tempo.
This game just went absolutely on its head. I
It
think they
did,
heard us
it
discussing neutral items. I'm like, alright, let's stop this one.
These guys are struggling. Let's end this one. Well, in they go, onto the Underlord, and they get that kill. DNZ will die in response, and Kasani gets a little snipe, but in they go with the swinging with the Yules. Thug and Noob on top of Kasani. Kasani is also going to fall, and that is now 4 heroes taken out.
They're going to call GG. That's it.
Oh,
There's no way they're not going to call GG.
just
Kasani
a
just dipped out.
disconnect. Just a pass, white flag, I'm done, see you later. The team's like, no, come on, buddy, we can try, we got ultimates. But he's
Okay,
like,
I
no,
won't lie.
I'm not interested.
I haven't seen a game this kind of anticlimactic in, like, probably this year. Like, you cast a lot of games. Have you seen a game go from
GG.
goddamn even to a team winning to then just falling off an absolute cliff? What?
I don't think that's
watch?
anticlimactic. I think it's just like against the narrative. I mean, games. This isn't how games go in this patch. Like they just kind of went, yeah, we're gonna win now, and well, but you're behind. Yeah, we don't care. We're gonna win. Crazy madness. Absolute insanity. Well, that is going to put an end to game number 1 in this series, and what a curveball. I mean, no one was ready for that. But yeah, end in 34 minutes with a net worth graph, which looks like, well, I mean, I don't know what this looks like. I don't even have an analogy here. It just looks a bit strange, a bit odd. It's like a, what? An almost 30k swing in the case of 4 minutes. 30 minutes.
But it's not as if Tempo had to do anything creative to get it. They just played as 5. And Hellraisers, they just... I just don't know what Spectre and this Void Spirit were doing in this very late portion of the game. They just seem to enter lost fights, and then Clockwork would just kind of hook on anything. And that playstyle was working really well for them. But then when it got to the critical point of the game, where they need to, play together, have that kind of Clock initiate, Spectre Haunt layered in with that initiation, that was fully broken apart because this PA just started the fights first. And I think Hellraisers, I really hope they can bounce back from this, because when your mid laner just disconnects without saying anything, they pause, and then your position 5 has to say GG for you, it is a little bit concerning that they might be incredibly tilted after this game. So I hope that they can actually mount some comeback in that second game, and it isn't just going to be a defeated Hellraisers because of their own mentality.
Hopefully we will find out how Hellraisers are able to do in game number 2, but that was rough. Clearly, there are some issues going on here. Kasani just with the straight up disconnect. My boy is not in a good place. Hopefully, he can, go on the phone to his mum or something, and she can say, don't worry, you can do it, and he feels great afterwards. If not, then, he can give me a ring, and I'll give him some encouraging words, or, I don't know, maybe he just needs to put on his favourite song, like, I'm trying to think of good motivational songs for him, but... What about... No, I can't think of anything. Hoppy Poya, that one they always play in BBC adverts. If you guys don't know what Hoppy Poya is, just Google it. I'm sure you can work out the spelling yourself. But that's a very inspiring track. They always play it in nature documentaries. That could turn anyone's day around. And talking about turning days around, we're going to turn this series around after this break. Weird exit. I'm just getting some music playing and sorting out the graphics, guys. I won't be 2 seconds. But we do want to hear what you guys think. You think the worst items to have in real life from Dota would be? You've had a couple of suggestions already, but yeah, we'll talk about that when we're back from the draft. So let us know what you think the worst Dota items you could have in real life are, and we'll chat about it when we're back.
Raise your weapon, sing a song. War is here, we waited so long. Prepare, my brothers, battle will come. And when we die, our legend lives on. See the mad moon falling. Side by side we stand strong till the end of days. Through the clash of our blades, we'll sing the warrior song.